In addition to accessing your email and other Exchange features via Outlook, we have an alternative, which is OWA, or the Outlook web app. This connects to your Exchange mailbox and gives you access to many of the functions that Outlook provides, not all, but many. But the major benefit here is that you don't have to be logged into your computer. You can be on any computer, on any network, and you'll be able to gain access to your more fully featured mailbox. So the URL is up here, but there are a couple of ways that you can get to that. You can utilize the shortcut on the X Drive. You can also use the hyperlink on the Faculty Today page. And then, of course, once you've been there, you can add it into your favorites or your bookmarks. The application is designed to work best with Internet Explorer, but it is not required to work with Internet Explorer, so you can use any of the other browsers. One of the first things that you need to indicate is a public or a private computer, and what that will do is limit the amount of data that's stored or cached on the computer if it's a public machine. You can also, if you're working with the Internet Explorer version, you can choose between the light version, which is a little bit less functional than the full-blown version. I always use the light version because it's faster. And then the login, you're going to use the same username that you used to log into your computer and the same password. And once you've signed in, you can see it's going to look a lot like any other web-based email utility. If you want to perform an action against the email, you can place a check mark next to it and move it or delete it. You can also check for new emails using this refresh button up at the top. If I want to go in and look at the details of an email, I would just click on the hyperlink for the email, and then I'll be able to read it. This is also where I can reply and forward and so on. And if there are any attachments associated with it, I can open the attachments via the hyperlink located there. And then I can close. You also have access to your calendar. If I click on the calendar, you can see that it will allow me to create new appointments or meetings. I can go through and look at different days, and then I can go in and look at individual appointments and modify them from here, and that will of course sync to your mailbox. I also have contacts, so you still have access to the global address list and so on, but here you can look at your private contacts that you've created within Outlook. And then finally, if I go back to Mail, you might be wondering where your folders would be located, and you can view those folders here. You just click that dialog box, and that will let you view any of the folders that you're interested in. So you would just select the folder and then click this little arrow to move and see what the contents of that folder look like. And then finally, you do have options up here, and this will let you do things like if you're in a different region, you can go in and change your regional settings. You can change the way that you view messaging. You can set up an email signature. The email signature is just associated with Outlook, and so when you set it up in Outlook, it won't be in any emails associated with your phone or even any emails sent from here. So this is where you can add an additional signature just to make certain that you professionally sign the emails that you're sending. And then another one that's kind of nice is you do have still access to your automatic replies. And so if you, for some reason, can't get to Outlook before you're on leave, you can come in here and set the automatic reply, the out of office message, and that will go to every person who sends you an email just once. You can also change your password in this location. If you don't do this before your password expires, you won't be able to log in. But if you change it before the password expires, if you want to change it before the password expires, this is an option as well. And then this is really nice. This shows you all of the mobile devices that are currently authorized to get email from your Exchange account. And so I have 3. I'm a bit of a device junkie, but in one of the options, if you click the radio button next to the device, you can send a command to wipe it, and you can remove it from the list. So if you are if you've gotten a new phone, just for safety's sake, you can remove the old phone from the list. And then if a phone was stolen or was lost, you can come in here and wipe it. Now, if it's not on your data plan anymore, you won't be able to wipe it, but this could be one of those first things that you do. You can always go back and re-add it if you find it, but this is kind of a nice safety option. The tech department can also do that for you, but this is kind of a, oh no, I want to make sure that I don't have any email that's accessible to somebody, so I'm going to come in and wipe this device. So this is a nice little feature that we have. So again, not as completely functional as the full-blown Outlook tool, but the vast majority of what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis is available in the OWA web app.